Hi friends, in our time together today, I want to share with you the low D whistles that I have. Now off the bat, you might say, Scott, don't you have quite a few low D whistles? Yes, but the reason I have quite a few is so that I could share them with you. One of my goals is to help all of us know some of the distinctions and differences between one whistle and another. You could purchase one whistle and love it, or you could have purchased another and not loved it. A lot of that's based on tone, not just cost, and the way the whistle plays, finger spacing, all that stuff. We've talked about all those things, but today my goal is to show you my whistles, tell you their current price in the market. So we need to timestamp this. This is the April the 22nd, 2025. So, prices depending upon exchange rates, import taxes, shipping, all those things. That comes into play, and those are considerations. I'll just tell you today's price at today's exchange rates. And I'll play just a few notes on each. And I'll tell you like what they're made of and all that kind of, whether it's tunable or not tunable. My goal today, my primary goal is to show them to you so that you could say, Scott, I would love to see a head-to-head comparison of this whistle and that whistle because I'm interested in both of them. So I want to give you that opportunity. I have these to help our community. I don't have them because I am collecting them. I have them to help compare them for our benefit as an entire group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the whistles out on a table. I'll show them to you, and then I'm going to come back in here into the study and we'll play some for you so that you can see and hear them. And I don't want to spend a lot of time playing because the video would be just too stinking long. And some of them aren't whistles you'd want to hear head to head. But once you know how much they cost, and once you have a general quick sense of the tone, and the finger spacing, that kind of stuff, then you're going to know which ones are like, oh, I'm interested in those three. So, my friends, I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to set the whistles out. I'll show them to you, and then we're coming back here. See you in a moment. I'm back, and I'm in the dining room now. This is the room on odd occasion I'll play in here because it has the slightest echo depending upon where you're standing, and I think it's where I'm standing right now. So I want to show you the whistles I have. Okay, friends, these are the whistles that I currently have, the low D whistles I currently have, and I've put some irises from the garden behind them just because they're lovely and I wanted to show you. It's funny, the yellow came out before anything else this year, just so pretty. So, these are the ones I can compare, and I've got some notes over here on pricing, so that when we're chatting in a bit, I don't miss that. There are three I need to remove from here, and I won't take them away now, but just to show you. This first one here is the Wild Irish Low D. The Wild Irish folks made this for a brief period, but I've asked them, and it's currently not in production, and they don't know if it will be again. This is the Busker Low D that the folks at Kerry Whistles do not currently have in production. And this is a whistle you can buy, but it is made by the folks at Clover, and this is a custom order whistle that it's not really something you could compare because you ask the folks at Clover to make a specific whistle for you in a specific design with specific tones. So I'm going to set that one out as well. So these other whistles that remain on the table, I'll describe back in my study and play them each very briefly and let you know just a smidge about each in the interest of time, because I want you to be able to say, Scott, could you compare these two? All right, see you in a minute. All right, I'm back in the study. And my goal with all of this, remember, is to show you these whistles so that you can say, Scott, would you please compare this one and this one from a tone standpoint, price, hole spacing, all that kind of thing. I can dive into that a little bit more. And in saying that, I realized that I have provided an overview, an introduction to every one of these low D whistles, but some of those introductions were when I first started playing. And I need to go listen to them again because I think some of them need to be redone. So I will do that in the near future, and I'll listen through some of them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the least expensive, and I'm going to go up to the most expensive, and I'm just going to play a bit of a scale and tell you a bit about the whistle and how much money they are. And I'm going to put a link in the notes to the video, as I said, to the different manufacturers and the stores where you could pick up these whistles. First, the least expensive is from Kerry Whistles. This is the Kerry Tenor D. Aluminum body, molded head. This is a non-tunable whistle. $65. This is the least expensive of all of these whistles. All right, Kerry Tenor D. Next, this is the James Dominic low D, and it is also non-tunable. This is single piece polymer. This is $77. All of this at today's exchange rate and today's prices. All right, James Dominic. Next, the Mountain Made low D. This is a PVC whistle, non-tunable, and it retails today for $80. Needed to look at something on the James Dominic. It has inline holes. The Mountain Made has the sixth hole is offset, and this is a little quieter. The James Dominic is probably a little more quiet, but the bottom hole's offset a bit for comfort purposes. Next, this is the Tony Dixon TB003, non-tunable polymer body, retails for $85. And normally I'm telling you the manufacturer's retail price, and sometimes you can pick them up less expensively from a store. Tony Dixon, single piece polymer TB003. Next, the Metcalf standard low D whistle, and this one is tunable. The third and sixth holes are offset, otherwise standard hole spacing. That does make for some comfort playing. Some folks love this, some folks don't. And you'll buy Nick's whistles from his store. You can go to his website, his store, and his inventory is dependent upon what he currently has available. But you can always contact Nick and say, well, I'm interested in this whistle. So this is $100 current price. $99 actually. All right, we're now moving to whistles that are over $100. The first is the Kerry Optima. Yes, the second Kerry whistle in our group. This is the non-tunable version. I do not have the tunable version. I'll mention its price when I get to it in the sequence. So the Kerry Optima non-tunable is $105. Metal body, formed head, non-tunable. Standard hole spacing. And obviously, if you're interested in any of these in particular, you will want a head-to-head where I play them more extensively. This is another whistle by folks at Kerry Whistles. This is the Kerry Chieftain Non-Tunable. It's a single-piece aluminum standard hole spacing. $130 today's rates. That is the Kerry Chieftain V5, and I'll show you the tunable version when I get to there with the pricing. Next in the list is the Susato low D. Now you may notice that as I'm playing through these that I have clipped the video and spliced it together in a lot of places. It's because every one of these whistles plays quite differently. And I need to warm myself up on a number of them before I record something for you because every whistle has different ways it likes to be played. So the Susato low D is tunable. This one often comes with a thumb rest, and you can purchase an optional key, and it is all polymer. $140 at today's rates. All right, that is the Susato. Next is the Dixon DX102. This is the tunable injected formed head and an aluminum body, pretty standard hole spacing. $155. Tommy Dixon DX102. Next, this is the Howard Low D, and yes, if you've been with me for a while, you know this is the very first low D whistle I purchased. It is tunable, brass body, first brass body in our group. This is a molded head, and the folks at Howard have put little tuning markings here so that you can use that. And there are 3 different heads available that you can pick up. And so the Howard is $155. Depending upon the finish, that starts at $155. I have the flat black finish. And if you get the fancier finishes, and if you get more than one head, it'll be more than $155. And I'm actually using the balanced head. Now, one other thing I should note, if you ask me to do a head-to-head with 2 or 3 of these whistles, and I think a head-to-head is best with no more than 4 at a time, to give good distinction and to not muddy the waters with too many whistles. When I do that, I will become much more fluent with each of the whistles, because some of these I can pick up and just start playing immediately, and some of them I need to spend a little time with. And so I will do that for any head-to-heads you want. So that was the Howard Low D. All right, next up is the Goldfinch Low D. And this is a tunable, traditional hole spacing whistle made from CPVC. And one thing you should know is the good folks at Goldfinch, when you order one of these, they are not currently keeping them on the shelf. They will make you your whistle. Comes in a 2-piece and a 3-piece version, which is amazing for traveling. The 2-piece is currently $160. That's the Goldfinch. Next up is the Nightingale by Karavaev. This is tunable, aluminum body, molded head. The tuning is here on the body. Make sure I didn't mess that up. And $168. And you'll notice I'm not saying much really, I'm not saying anything yet about playability, ease of play, breath requirements. We'll get into that, but you could tell even by my just playing them how some of them may require more breath, some of them go up to the top a lot more easily than others. Now there is another version of the Kerry Optima. This is the Kerry Optima non-tunable. There is a Kerry Optima tunable. I bring it up even though I don't have it because it will sound just like the Kerry Optima non-tunable, and that's $170. All right, next in line is the Kerry Chieftain Custom. Now first you say, Scott, I thought Kerry Whistles was going to stop making the custom. Yes, but they have some left. Remember, I said my goal is for you to understand whistles that you could still purchase today. And you still can purchase this today. So it is tunable, all aluminum body, and the Chieftain Custom currently is $200. All right, Chieftain Custom. We're on the home stretch, my friends. Now, the Kerry Chieftain V5, it looks an awful lot like the Custom, but it is not just like it. All aluminum body, tunable, inline, traditional hole pattern, $235 at today's price. And again, I would love to compare any of these that you want me to compare. And I did do a comparison recently between the Chieftain V5 and the Chieftain Custom. Next in line is the Lear Low D, and the Lear is all metal body, tunable, traditional hole spacing. This one is powder coated, and it is currently $310. All right, the Lear Low D. Three more left. I need to get some more whistles. Remember, I have some on the way. This one, we start getting into the more expensive whistles. This is the Howard Low D. It has a key added on the bottom that creates close finger spacing on the bottom hand. That's pretty cool. This comes with the standard Howard body and all the Howard heads that are available on the standard Howard. And you see that's makes that easy to play virtually fingertip pads, not fingertip. So the Howard with the key is $340. All right, that's the Howard. Next to the last in our increasing price Low D whistle series, this is the MK Pro. It's an all-metal whistle, coated in different colors of your desire, and traditional hold spacing, inline, tunable, and this is a go-to whistle for a lot of folks. At today's rates, this is $380. Another thing you should bear in mind, if you want some of these whistles, you should shop around, and because you can often find them less expensive from one distributor than the manufacturer, or somebody has a sale or something. That is the MK Pro. Another aside, I am avoiding any comments in this video that say, I love this about this whistle, I'm not excited about this. feature of this whistle. I'm not hitting comments on volume. All those I'm going to leave in any head-to-head or in any initial whistle introductions. Sorry. I have one more to share before my closing comments. This is the Carbony. It's the wide bore low D. It has inline holes. It does not have traditional hole spacing because you can easily play this with the top pads of your fingers. And it's tunable, aluminum head, carbon body, and has little chimney extenders down in the body. And I have introduced this and played this a good bit, as well as some of the others that I play frequently. And there is a standard board that I compared the two a little while back that you could reference that video. And I neglected to tell you the price. This is around $600, depending upon from whom you purchase it and what options, because Carbony permits you to get thumb holes on the back. You can get a thumb hole that will enable an easier C natural and an F natural, which is pretty awesome. So that's a good option too. So those are the whistles I currently have that I can pick up and play. I am more than happy to compare any of these. Folks frequently chime in and ask me privately or in a comment, you know, I'm just getting started. What's a good whistle for me? See, those kind of questions would be great. You know, a new person says, well, should I go ahead and get this more expensive whistle now? Or what about getting something in the middle? What about the cheaper whistles? Those are questions we can easily address by comparing these together. And that's why I so wanted to do this video for you, to say these are the whistles I have. I'm just going to play a scale on them. I'll tell you how much money they are. Which ones do you want to know more about? So let me know, friends. You can email me at lowdscott@gmail.com with your request. You could comment on this video if you want. And I know there are more low D whistles than what I have. And like I said, a couple are coming soon, and I hope to have more sometime soon after that. So please let me know what you would like reviewed, and I hope this is helpful. You know, if you're just checking us out, we have a great community of folks learning to play the whistle together, focused on low D and low D skills that you might not find many other places. So please subscribe and join our community of folks learning to play together. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling, friends.